How y'all doing? This is Preacher Man all day in the snow episode of Retro TV 91. This time I'm reviewing Marvel's Agents of Shield, Season 4, Episode 5, and Episode 6. And what happens on this week's episode, we find out that Robbie Reyes' uncle is the one that put all these people that were ghosts into these containers and made them that way. And we find out that he's the bad guy, and the reason he wanted to do this is that way he can be powerful himself. And what this experiment does is, whenever he comes up out of the containment module at the end of the episode, he's able to make elements from his hands. And we find out that the reason he wants to do this throughout the episode makes him look like the good guy, but at the end of the episode we find out that he's the bad guy because he wants the power for himself. And he beat the guy that was in the coma almost to death because he wouldn't tell him where the book was. And he tried to find out where the book was, and he wasn't able to, and he was in prison all these years for beating that guy into a coma. So he's had this time to plan out his plan to get the power for himself, and that's what he accomplishes in this episode. Now, what's happening with the Agents of Shield, the director finds out about Robbie Reyes and Quake Daisy Johnson, and he wants to put them in custody. And him and Ghost Rider get into this big fight. And Ghost Rider almost kills him, but his brother stops him. And the reason his brother's on the Quinjet with the rest of them is because Robbie Reyes finally tells his brother what happened during the night they had got attacked by the 5 gang. And we find out that this gang was hired by the guy who had the book that Robbie Reyes' uncle beat almost to death. And they're the ones that attacked Robbie Reyes that night. And his little brother became paralyzed in that wreck. Robbie Reyes died. And while he was dead, the original Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze, drives up to their car and pulls his little brother out, and then transfers his powers to Robbie Reyes. And I don't know if there's 2 Ghost Riders now, or if it's just Robbie Reyes. I don't know if Johnny Blaze gave him all his powers, or both of them still the Ghost Rider, but it doesn't say that. But now that we know, Robbie Reyes didn't sell his soul to the devil, he sold his soul to Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze. And Johnny Blaze gave him some of his powers, and to avenge the people who do wrong. And Robbie Reyes finds out that his uncle is behind all this after he disintegrates the ghost woman that's been trying to get herself back to human form this whole time. So he disintegrates her, and after that, while this was happening, the uncle got his powers, and Phil Coulson told May to go hide the book because he's the only one she could trust, and Mac and him was trying to shut down the machine, but they're too late, and this machine goes off, and Robbie Reyes' uncle gets the powers. Now, Agents of Shield is going to be on a hiatus until November 29th, so my question for y'all is, whenever it comes back, what do you think Robbie Reyes is going to do when he gets his hands on his uncle? As always, Preacher Man will be signing out. That's Dudes Exhaustion. It's been another episode of Retro TV 91. See y'all next time.